Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're a subscriber, welcome if you're new. So today I have a very exciting video, and it is going to be my vlog of reading Gabby from Gabby Reads here on YouTube. Her favorite thrillers, or some of her favorite thrillers that she has recommended. Over the years, I have loved watching Gabby. She is such a cool, amazing person. I just love her personality, the way she talks about books, her enthusiasm. I love Gabby so much. I'm assuming all of you are subscribed to her because she's so cool and she's been on YouTube for a really long time. But if you're not, please go subscribe to her channel. I'll link her channel above. But actually, Gabby was one of the reasons I started my booktube channel, because I have been watching Gabby for years. I have read some of my favorite thrillers from her recommendations. Gabby really loves thrillers, and so I just would go to her for my thriller recommendations. And I decided I actually wanted to do a whole dedicated vlog reading some of her favorite books that I haven't read. Now, a lot of her favorite books I've already read, but the ones that I found that she really enjoyed were The Maidens and The Silent Patient by Michaelides, and also The Passengers by John Mars. I also originally wanted to read The Turn of the Key for this video, and I did read it, but I didn't really film a ton of vlog clips of me talking about it, so I decided that I would not include it in this video, but I did enjoy it. So The Turn of the Key really reminded me of The Haunting of Bly Manor, which is the sequel to The Haunting of Hill House. And I personally, I know this is a little bit of a side note, but I really did prefer The Haunting of Hill House. But it was really fun to read The Turn of the Key and kind of get some of the feels from The Haunting of Bly Manor through reading this book, and it was based on The Turn of the Screw. I've never actually read The Turn of the Screw. But anyway, that's a tangent. So I wanted to explain why this vlog is going to be formatted a little bit different. So I originally wanted to film all of this kind of over the course of a couple weeks. However, my life over the past few months has just been all over the place. I graduated with a master's in violin performance, and also I moved across the country, and so things were just totally up in the air. So I have some old vlog clips that are from when I was in Waco, and then also some more recent ones. So this vlog is going to be kind of fun though, because it's cool to see kind of where I was in different stages of this past 4 or 5 months. So how I'm going to format this is I'm going to go into some vlog footage in a minute, but I wanted to give the synopses of The Silent Patient as well as The Maidens, because I think I actually forgot to do that. I do that sometimes in my vlogs, so I will tell you what they're about. So The Silent Patient is about a man named Theo, and he's a criminal psychotherapist. So he gets to work with a woman named Alicia, and she actually shot her husband 5 times in the face, and ever since then has not talked at all. So no one has been able to reach her. So Theo is trying to figure out what is going on with this unusual situation, and you get some diary entries throughout the book from Alicia, which were really interesting to read from, but most of it was from Theo's perspective. So that's what that one is about. And then The Maidens is about a woman named Mariana, and she's actually a group therapist as well, and she's grieving her husband's death. And what happens is her niece, who she's kind of raised her whole life, Zoe, goes to Cambridge University, and at the university, one of Zoe's friends is murdered. And so Mariana goes to make sure that her niece is okay. So once she goes there, she's very suspicious of this American professor named Fosca, and he's the Greek tragedy professor, and he kind of has this group of young women at the university who kind of are his fan club and are sort of in this club together, and they call themselves the Maidens. So now Mariana wants to prove that this man is guilty for the murders that are happening. So without further ado, let's get into the vlog. I'm so excited. I do some Halloween hauls throughout, and I also actually sing a little bit of Taylor Swift, which I've never sang in any of my YouTube videos before. So if you're interested in looking at the timestamps, please do so, but I hope you enjoy the vlog, and let's get into it. Hey, so I'm about halfway through this book, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. My parents have been visiting, and my recital has been this past week, so I've been really busy. But when I have been able to read this book, I have blown through it. The writing style is so good, it's so fast-paced, and I'm so interested in the plot. Something that I've really been loving about this book is there's a lot of talk about psychology and therapy, and I really am interested in that topic. I actually took AP Psych in high school, and I really loved that class. I really thrived in it, and I even considered going into therapy or psychology. I decided to go into violin performance though, but I'm still so interested in this topic, and I really want to start reading more about it, and this has kind of reminded me that I should check out more books revolving around therapy and psychology. I've really been enjoying how Alicia is a painter, and I've noticed that I really like books where the character is an artist or a painter. For example, the first book that comes to mind is The Last Time I Lied by Riley Sager. I really love reading about that, and hearing about her artwork and what she paints is just so interesting to me. So I love that aspect of the book. I also want to share something that I tabbed in here that I found very interesting about therapy. And it was a quote that says, "In order to be a good therapist, you must be receptive to your patient's feelings, but you must not hold on to them. They are not yours. They do not belong to you." And I just really found that quote insightful. As someone who has been in therapy before, is currently in therapy, I think the importance of therapy is so immense. I think there should not be stigma around therapy, even though I think, unfortunately, to this day there is. But yeah, I really enjoyed that quote, and I thought it was very insightful, and I'm just really loving this book so far. I'm hoping I'll be able to actually, maybe I can binge read it tomorrow. We'll see. I'd love to finish this book tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. I'll play it by ear, but been loving this book, and as of now, I think this may be at least a 4-star read, if not a 5-star read. We'll see. I can't wait to get to the plot twist that everybody's talking about. I have no idea what it is. I really don't have a clue what it could be, but I'm very interested to see. Hey, so look what came in the mail today. We have a book of the month box, and I am so pumped. I was just saying to my husband today, I was like, I'm seeing everybody reading the Maidens right now on Instagram, and I am so freaking jealous because that was my book of the month pick for this month. And today it has been raining and it's been really cozy. It's our first day off where we're not working because we're moving in 2 weeks. And so this is like the start of our time off before we move. And it's just such a freaking perfect day to read the Maidens. Like, I've been dying to read the Maidens. And so I'm so excited that my book of the month box came. So I thought I would open it actually on... Do you hear that? That's the thunder. I love it so much. I thought I would open it on camera, but basically, we've been saying all day, my husband and I like to put on ambiance. So like those videos where it's like rain playing or, you know, ocean waves and everything, we like to put that on. And today we were like, literally just the earth is doing ambiance for us today. Like, we don't have to put anything on because it's been raining and it's just been so nice and relaxing, and we got to sleep in, and it's been just such like a dark, rainy, gloomy day. Like, I'm going to light my candle that I'll show you in a minute. I'm so excited to light it and just cozy up with a book and read. I'm so pumped. But okay, I need to figure out how the heck I usually open these. I'm trying not to show my address and literally like dox myself, so hold on. Okay, so I totally didn't open that correctly, but you know, we're just gonna go with it. Oh, here's the Maidens. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. Like, oh, it's so good. It's so pretty. Smells like a new book. I love the new book smell. Honestly, and the old book smell, like any kind of book smell is just so just comforting and cozy, and I just love it. So the Maidens is here, and something I love about Book of the Month too is how they always put their little unique month pick. So it says June 2021. So if I ever look back and wonder like when I got this book or what month it was from, I can just look at the cover and see, oh, it was my June 2021 pick. Of course, the add-ons, you know, they have when they were actually added, so it's not always, you know, the month that you get it, but for all the main books it definitely is. So cannot wait to start reading this. And then I'll show you my other add-on, which I'm so pumped, is The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Harris, and I am so excited to read this one as well. It looks so good. I love the design of the cover. Ooh, I never even saw the back of the cover. That is gorgeous. And this was on my most anticipated releases for the past couple months. I'm doing another video really soon, which I'll link above. But yeah, I am just so pumped to read this. Make sure you go check out that video because I talk about so many books that I haven't even been able to get to yet because I just have so many books I'm excited to read and I feel like I never have enough time to read them. And so go check that video out if you want some ideas. Okay, so the candle that I'm going to light is called Night Shift, and it says aged horror novels, mahogany shelves, and creaky wood floors. And it's so gorgeous. The smell of it, it smells definitely like mahogany, and it does have that old book smell. Like it really does smell like that. And so I've been saving it. I haven't lit it yet. It's actually from my really good friend, and I just haven't lit it because I was waiting for that like perfect day to light it, but today is definitely that day. And I'm so excited because, you know, with scents, you kind of like associate them with a memory or an experience. I want this to be the scent for the Maidens. Like this is perfect. It is absolutely perfect for this book and the mood of this day, and I'm just really excited to light it. And I feel like this is gonna be the kind of candle where I never want it to end, basically. So I'm so pumped, and I'm gonna start reading, and I hope I absolutely love this book and that I'm not hyping it up too much. Currently hosting an ambiance sprint. We are listening to relaxing forest sounds, which is awesome, and I just absolutely love ambiance. But yeah, I've been reading The Maidens. I started it and I'm absolutely adoring it so far. Hey, so I have an update, and I'm about 52 pages to be exact into The Maidens, and I started this while it was raining outside, but I was only able to read a tiny bit, and so the rest of it I read on my reading sprints that I had on my birthday, which by the way were so fun. I've been loving doing ambiance reading sprints and just turning on ambiance even when I'm not reading. When I'm reading, it really helps me get concentrated for the book and relaxed. When I'm not reading, I just like having like rain sounds on and fire crackling. It makes me so cozy, and like I always put it on when I edit now, and it's just such a vibe. So during my sprint, I read 40-ish pages, I think, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm really enjoying the academic setting. Something Alex Michaelides seems to like to do is have stories from the perspective of a therapist, which is interesting, and in this book it's a group therapist, and in The Silent Patient I believe it's a psychologist / therapist. So I really like that. It makes it interesting. Obviously some of it is over dramatized, etc., because it's a book, and of course in The Last Patient a lot of the ways that therapist was acting was totally unethical, and we'll have to see. I'm guessing this person will act the same. But yeah, it's been really interesting so far. I still feel like I don't really know what's going on, and I like that. It's very mysterious and it keeps me really, really intrigued and wanting to read. So those are my thoughts so far. I will hopefully pop on pretty soon. I'm gonna read some more of this tonight, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I hope that this is a 5-star read for me. Hey, so I thought I would update you all on the book. I just held reading sprints on my channel, my weekly ambiance sprints. This week I did waves. They were very, very relaxing and it was really fun. So I am now on page 182. So I'm about halfway through, actually, I think a little bit more than halfway through. And I was feeling for the first 100 pages, it seemed a little slow for a book that's only 300, let me see. For a book that's only 333 pages, usually the action picks up a little bit more earlier on. So it was dragging a little bit in the beginning, but as I kept reading, it is definitely picking up now. So this isn't a spoiler because it's literally in the synopsis of the book, but she thinks that this professor named Zakiya is the murderer and he's the one committing these crimes. Usually in thrillers, when someone is suspicious though, it's usually not that person because he just seems like the most obvious choice. So I'm actually suspicious of someone else, and I'm gonna put spoiler here just in case I'm right. But spoiler, so I'm really suspicious of Fred right now because he immediately was drawn to her, and I just felt like that whole interaction was a little strange, and he's so insistent on going on a date with her and talking to her, and something just seems off with Fred. He could definitely not be the murderer, and it could just be like something else in the story that is trying to make the reader confused. I'm really suspicious of Fred. I'm also suspicious of the guy who works with the police. I forgot his name. But I'm suspicious of him too because he seems to be really wanting to get close to Mariana as well. So I'm suspicious of a few people right now. How this book is written, I suppose, is you being suspicious of multiple people. But right now, I'm the most suspicious of Fred for sure. Also, something that I found interesting is that, like in The Silent Patient, deals with a main character who is a therapist, and this concept of transference is talked about in both this book and The Silent Patient. And this is a little paragraph. It says, and there she was. Mariana might not be a detective, but she was a therapist, and she knew how to listen not only to what was being said, but also to everything unsaid. All the words unspoken, the lies, evasions, projections, transferences, and other physiological phenomena that occurred between two people and that required a special kind of listening. Mariana had to listen to all the feelings Zakiya was unconsciously communicating to her. So I found that it was interesting. This author really likes talking about the concept of transference with therapists. So I found that connection between the two books as well. I'm hopefully going to finish this really soon because I'm very, very intrigued to see what happens. And I really, really am enjoying the short length of the chapters. The Silent Patient had that as well, so it's pretty easy to fly through it once you get into the groove. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. I thought it was kind of slow in the beginning, and also I'm not super interested in the Greek mythology aspect of it, but that's just me. I'm usually not interested in Greek mythology in general, but I am very intrigued to see who is committing these murders. Also, I'm eating this mac and cheese that I just made. It's gluten-free and dairy-free Annie's box mac and cheese, which is really exciting because I can't have gluten or dairy. So I've been missing box macaroni and cheese, which may seem like kind of something weird to miss, but I definitely have been missing it. So it's been nice to find something that I can actually eat when I'm craving it. So I get it at Target. So if you are interested in it, go check it out at Target. Hey, so I know Gabby is such a big Taylor Swift fan, and I wanted to just do like a really chill, quick quick little cover of one of my favorite songs by Taylor Swift called Cowboy Like Me. I feel like I don't hear a ton of people talk about this song, but I just really love it. I love the instrumentation, and it's just a chill little kind of cute song that I really like. So I'm gonna just sing a second of it. I'm just using my laptop. It's nothing like official. So if the balance isn't perfect, that's why. But I thought I would just give it a little sing. So here we go. And the tennis court was covered up with some tent-like thing. And you asked me to dance, but I said dancing is a dangerous game. Oh, I thought this is gonna be one of those things. Now I know I'm never gonna love again. I've got some tricks up my sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me. Never wanted love, just a fancy car. Now I'm waiting by the phone like I'm sitting at an airport bar. You've had some tricks up your sleeve. Takes one to know one. You're a cowboy like me, perched in the dark, telling all the rich folks anything they want to hear, like it could be love. We could be the way forward, only if they pay for it. You're a bandit like a me, eyes full of stars, hustling for the good life. Never thought I'd meet you here, like it could be love. We could be the way forward, and I know I'll pay for it. Hello, welcome to the last portion of my reading vlog that has been taking place over, a couple of months, and it's been kind of wild reading various books over so many months, but having it all go into the same vlog. But it's actually kind of fun looking back and seeing where I was at certain points while I was reading, and also I'm definitely going to add some more insight in now that I'm in Wisconsin and have had more time to think about the books that I read a few months ago. But I'm super excited. I've been seeing a lot of people stopping in to Marshall's. So I drove over here in hopes of finding possibly some spooky Halloween things already. It's like 99 days until Halloween. So I am definitely in the spirit of Halloween. But on my way over, I started The Passengers by John Mars, which Gabby always talks very highly of this book, saying that it's super suspenseful. And I thought it was very suiting to start The Passengers in a car, because the premise of this book is basically it takes place in a time where most cars are self-driving. And so the main character in the book, or at least it opens with this woman and she's in her car and it's self-driving. She puts in her destination, but all of a sudden the destination is changed, and she hears this voice saying basically they have taken over the car and she is probably going to be dead within a few hours. So immediately it is so intense, and I love that in a thriller. Sometimes I just need the action to be immediate, and John Mars did this very well in The One, and obviously is doing this very well in The Passengers. So I'm really excited. I'm glad I started it in a car, and I think I'm gonna fly through this book. But I'm gonna head into Marshall's, look for some spooky things, maybe find some more decorations for our house. And then I'm going to pop into Michael's because it is right next door in this shopping center that's really nice. And I'm going to look for some cool pens for my bullet journal. I think I want some Sharpie paint pens because I think they'll look really, really nice on my bullet journal. But yeah, I'm really excited, and I will keep you all updated. So sadly, when I went into Marshall's, there wasn't like a ton of Halloween stuff yet, which made me really sad. I guess I was just hoping too much, but I filmed a little bit of the Halloween stuff I found. I just didn't end up purchasing it. But I did purchase this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous plant, and it's actually going to be the kind that kind of hangs down with a vine. And so what I'm thinking of doing is putting it up here above our couch and replacing this fake plant in the middle, and then the vines are gonna come down. And then we have a mirror that we're gonna put up on the wall. So it's absolutely gorgeous, and look at the coloring. I can't get over how pretty it is. So we're gonna start buying more real plants in our house. In Waco, we just didn't have enough lighting in our house to keep plants alive. But yeah, I'm really excited about this plant and to watch it grow. It's so, so pretty. And yeah, I'm really enjoying the passengers so far. You're just gonna get a pretty view of this plant as I talk about it for a second. But I'm really enjoying it so far. The tension is amazing, and John Mars just has this way of throwing you into the plot immediately and the action. So it's getting pretty tense, and I'm super intrigued by the story and can't wait to see where it's going. I'm about 2 hours in now. Hello. So since I was not successful really the other day looking for Halloween decorations at Marshall's, I decided I would go to At Home, which I've never been to At Home, but I've heard really good things about it. And one of my coworkers mentioned that they had gotten Halloween stuff there, so I decided I would take a look, and I'm really excited. I hope I find some things. So then after I go in there and shop a little, I'm going to continue reading The Passengers, and I'm hoping I can finish it today. So I will be updating everyone as I read. So I'm so excited. I found some really, really cool stuff at Home, and it was pretty affordable. They had a really, really good Halloween selection. So if you have one by your house, I would highly recommend it. But I wanted to show what all I got. So first of all, I got these beautiful black candles and this candle holder, and it's just stunning. Even when it's not the Halloween season, I think I'm gonna keep this on my center coffee table in my living room. It's just so gorgeous, and it looks so expensive, and it was only like $12 and the candles were like $2. So such a good find. I found this cute pumpkin. There were a bunch of different sizes. I just decided on this because I wanted to see how it fit near my bookshelves or wherever I end up putting it, but I may go back for more. And they had this pretty kind of whitish color, and they also had black, I believe, and orange. So as you can see, I kind of went with colors that were more neutral and not orange. I think it's just gonna fit in with the aesthetic in my house a little bit more, so I'm really excited. I also got this skeleton, and it is so, so pretty. It was only like $3. I am so obsessed with this. So cute. And then this is probably my absolute favorite purchase. This is the most adorable ghost I have ever seen. It's just so, so cute and friendly looking, and I'm just super, super obsessed. You can see on the bottom it was $6.99, so such a good steal. And then this is absolutely stunning. Look at this candle. It's a snake, and it wraps all the way around. There was actually one that was bigger, but I settled on this size for now. I may go back. But this is the prettiest candle ever, and everyone is telling me who has seen it so far that it looks like Ninth House, and that's such a cool observation. I have not read Ninth House, but I think it's so gorgeous. So this is what I got at the store the other day. I also just got this little pot. This is not Halloween related. It's really pretty though, and I'm gonna put some houseplants in it. So yeah, I wanted to share everything I got because I'm so excited. It's so, so cute. Hey, so I just finished The Passengers by John Mars, and I wanted to kind of give my wrap up and my thoughts and everything about this book. But before I share that, I want to share the premise again. This book is about Britain in the future, and there are self-driving cars, and this has become the norm. And basically one day, a group of strangers all have the same experience, and they're in their car, they have their destination programmed in, they're chilling, and all of a sudden there is this hacker's voice that kind of takes over their car and says, I have changed the direction of your car, I have full control of your vehicle, and you are most likely going to die very soon. So obviously this is an extremely stressful situation, and if that wasn't bad enough, they are being broadcasted for all of the population to see. So basically, this is a very high stakes situation, and people are weighing in on which contestants they want to live, which they want to die, and they're tweeting, and there's live news updates, and it's a very interesting premise. It definitely feels like a Black Mirror episode, and personally, as a fan of Black Mirror, I really enjoy that feel. I just think it's such an interesting concept, and I could definitely see this in a Black Mirror episode. And I know a lot of people have said that before, and they're completely right. So my thoughts on the book. I gave this 3 stars, and before you think I didn't enjoy this, I definitely did enjoy this book. I just enjoyed the first part way more. So I really loved the tense situation. I loved all the politics in the beginning. So I gave it 3 stars because for the first 50 to 60%, I would say, of the book, I was really invested, very into the plot. I really loved the setup of everything, how it was such just an intense ride. You didn't know who would survive, you didn't know who would die, you didn't know what was gonna happen. And I was really interested in Libby's character and her relationship and kind of that romantic connection she had with one of the passengers. And I really was interested in learning about each of the passengers and maybe why they were chosen and everything like that. However, after that mark in the book, it kind of took a different direction and more of the politics were gone into, and there were quite a few plot twists which were very clever. But that being said, the concept was very interesting. I think it made very good points about how someone can appear one way on social media, or what they choose to reveal to the world, or what somebody chooses to reveal about them. But if you're not given the full information and the whole full story, it totally could change your view on them. So there were some characters where they were thought to be really awful, but then you learn some things and you realize, oh, actually they're not horrible. Or it was the other way around, and everybody kind of has these good things about them and bad things about them. And there was some really interesting commentary on this, and kind of the involvement of people voting of who they wanted to survive based off of just what the hacker was telling them was a very interesting aspect of the book, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was a really cool premise. I will say I honestly like the one better though. My attention was kept the whole entire book, whereas this one I lost interest a little bit more towards the end, which I'm disappointed by. Something I really like about John Marr's writing style is you're immediately immersed in the plot, you're immediately into the action, there's not really much of a build-up, and so I really like that about the book. Same with the one, they're both just immediately you're interested. So his concepts are really cool from the very start. Also, this really read like a movie. I really visualized it as a movie in my head. Sometimes I don't do that with books, and sometimes I have a harder time visualizing things, but this really read like a movie or a TV show, which was really cool. And I also really enjoyed that I read it via audiobook because listening to everything was really cool. There would be news clips kind of interspersed throughout the story. So you would hear like the news anchor music, and you would also hear tweet sounds and text sounds and all of that. So that was really cool. So I would highly recommend reading this book through audiobook. So I also wanted to open what I got the other day, and I'm so pumped about this. So I discovered this artist online, and I discovered her through Instagram. Actually through my friend Erin, Erin Megan here on YouTube. And her name is Nikki, and I'll put her full name up on the screen. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But first of all, this is her cute little business card, and I'm gonna leave all of the shop's information in the description. But I wanted to show these prints, and I am so excited. You know how much I love spooky season, and honestly, spooky season is all year round for me, and I'm just getting more and more things for it. Okay, I'm building this up too long. I just want to show you what I got. So first of all, I got this absolutely breathtaking art print. Look at this. This is a beautiful ghost. First of all, my Lights Out book club is very much like ghost themed in the media that I use for it, and so this is so cute. And I think what I'm gonna do is put it above my filming location. I kind of have this blank spot on the wall. I'm not gonna show you right now, but it kind of goes up, and I wanna stack some pictures, some framed pictures kind of up in a line. I have this Mexican Gothic print that I'll grab. I've showed before on my channel, and I absolutely love this print so much. I'm considering putting it up on the wall kind of near these, but also I may not. So anyway, here's this print, and then the second print is so stunning. This is unreal. Look at this. This is a painting. These are obviously copies of the painting, and the colors are just so gorgeous. And the purples in this, next to the purple in this, stunning. I am so obsessed with the quality of these and how gorgeous they are, and they're gonna bring me so much joy on my wall. So please check this artist out and her Etsy shop. And I also just got a little sticker. It's so freaking cute. And here's just a little business card that's adorable as well. And this design actually was put on a shirt, and I believe a hoodie as well. For sure a t-shirt. So go check it out if you're interested in anything like that. I think I'm going to order that as well. But her shop is only growing. So for people who love spooky things, I wanted to share it with you kind of in this spooky haul portion of this vlog. The last thing I wanted to share with you is I got this really cute ghost, of course, washi tape from Etsy, and I'm gonna be using it in my reading journal that I showed you the unboxing of earlier in this video. And yeah, I've really been enjoying my Blackout bullet journal. It's just so pretty. The colors with gel pens really pop on there. I'll kind of show you quick a spread I've done. So it's the Archer and Olive kind of larger version. I can't remember the exact measurements. I'll put it in the description below. But the quality is so high quality, and I'll kind of show you a few of my spreads that I've done. I still need to catch up on some, but you can see here that the colors really pop. Not sure how much in frame this is, but I love putting pictures of the books I read in a month and then kind of doing a graph over here and rating them. I also did a Summerween spread right here, which I loved. Here's another example of a page I have done for my July reads, and yeah, I have a graph here as well. So I'm thinking I'm gonna make my theme for next month probably be Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish theme. So yeah, I'm really excited. And then of course I'm always going to be incorporating spooky themes probably, because that's just my vibe. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this part of the video, and let's get on to some more reading. Hey, so I've been editing all day, but I wanted to take a break and kind of get a pick-me-up from Starbucks and try out Gabby's favorite Starbucks drink, which I'm very excited. So actually it is an iced cinnamon almond milk macchiato. I wrote it down because I wanted to get it right. She said it's discontinued at some stores, but kind of gave me the information on what it is if they say it's discontinued. So I will keep you all updated. I actually can't have dairy, so I'm really excited that it's an almond milk drink. And yeah, I'm really pumped to try it out, and I will let you all know how it tastes. I got the macchiato right here. It's really good. I'm glad that Gabby recommended this to me, because with coffee, I always kind of stick with just the vanilla flavor. I usually am not a fan of other flavors, but this is really good. It's kind of like a variation actually of the drink that she told me about, because they were out of the cinnamon dolce syrup. But they did a variation that's very similar, and it tastes really good, and it's actually not too sweet. I was wondering if it would be sweet, and I'm not into like very sweet drinks, but I got it with almond milk, and that I think kind of balances it out a little bit with the espresso, and it gives it that nutty flavor. So yeah, it's really, really good. Thank you, Gabby. All right, so let's talk about The Silent Patient. So I originally gave this a 4-star rating, but I think I'm gonna bump up my rating to 4.5 stars. And I just really enjoyed this book. It wasn't quite a 5-star read for me, and I wanna talk about kind of my thoughts. So first of all, I did not see the plot twist coming, and it really, really shocked me. It was a good plot twist, and a lot of people were saying that I may be able to guess it because I've read a lot of thrillers, and to be honest, I did not see it coming. It totally shocked me. There was also a part of this book that really spooked me out, and it kind of had to do with a little bit of a home invasion thing. I'm trying to be vague and not give spoilers, but if you haven't heard me talk about this on my channel before, home invasions are honestly so scary to me. Like, the thought of someone breaking into my house is terrifying. And so home invasion horror really, really freaks me out when it's done well. So there was a little portion of this book that really, really freaked me out. So I love that. I also was never once bored, and the chapters were super, super short, so I was super engaged. I kept flipping the pages. I had to know what was going on, and the writing was just so immersive. And when I compare the two books as well, I'll talk about this, but I felt the same about The Maidens. Also, this author is really good at making all of the characters in his books suspicious. So I think this is a really, really solid thriller, and I enjoyed my time. I really wanted to fly through it, but the week was so busy with my recital and my parents visiting that I kind of had to ration it over a few days. But honestly, The Silent Patient, it was just a really fun read, and I would highly recommend it to anyone. I also just really love the setting as well, in a mental hospital. I've never really read anything besides The Patient by Jasper DeWitt, which, by the way, that is an exceptional read. I gave that 5 stars. It was really, really creepy, so highly recommend that book. But anyway, I love the setting, and settings in books is so important to me. That's part of the reason why I love Riley Sager, because again, me talking about Riley Sager, I always talk about Riley Sager, but Riley Sager honestly is the master at creating a great atmosphere. Okay, so let's talk about The Maidens. So first of all, this setting, it was dark academia, and I am a sucker for dark academia. I really, really, really love the setting. I liked it just a tad bit more than The Silent Patient, even though it kind of depends on my mood which book setting I like more. But I think overall I did like the setting better. This book was also fast-paced and immersive, and the chapters were really short, like The Silent Patient, which I really enjoyed, and I kept flipping. It did take a little bit longer though for the plot to advance in this book, and it kind of banked on the setting, but it was okay for me because I was still really enjoying the setting, and Alex Michaelides' writing style is just great. So it didn't really bother me that it was a little slow in the beginning. So the plot twist in this one, I liked it, but I do have like a tiny bit of a problem with it. I felt like it was a little bit too convenient, but at the same time, I do kind of get what the author was doing with it. So that's why it wasn't a 5-star for me, because the plot twist is really good, but also at the same time, I could see that it was kind of convenient and had some problems with it. If you want to know more about this take on this book, I would recommend going to Little Wolf's channel, Tish here on YouTube. She has some really good points about The Maidens, and she actually really did not enjoy The Maidens. I love The Maidens, but I found her video very interesting because she raised some really, really good points. So I'll link her video in my description. So if you really are interested in Greek mythology too, this one talked a lot about Greek mythology, which was interesting. However, it's not my main interest, but if somebody is really into Greek mythology, they'll probably really, really like that aspect of the book as well. Also, there are journal entries throughout the book, and you don't know who they're from, and I kept guessing, and it was so fun to try to figure out who they were from, and I was really surprised at who they actually were from. So I loved that about this book. I just love when books are told in not quite dual perspectives, but you get little snippets in a different time, and it just makes it so interesting and really propels you to keep reading, and it makes it so fast-paced. And once again, I was suspicious of all the characters, so this author does a great job at that. So comparing the two, I think if you're deciding whether to read one or the other, first go by setting if you want a mental institution setting, or if you want a, dark academia setting. Also, I do want to say that there was a connection between the books and the Maidens that I absolutely loved. It was so good. When that happened, I was like, yes, I love how there was a connection between the two. And I hope that there are more connections in Alex Michaelides' future books. I think overall, the Maidens was just a tad bit slower of a read, just a little bit of a slower pace, but still, it kept my interest. So after kind of thinking about which one I liked better, I still am struggling to choose. I may say the Maidens just because I love that dark academic setting, and I really thought the plot twist was very shocking. It was very shocking in The Silent Patient too. I cannot choose which one of these books I like better. I really can't. So Alex Michaelides is definitely going to be an auto-buy author for me. So, okay, the ranking. It's probably pretty obvious. I shared my wrap-up of The Passengers and I gave it 3 stars. So my ranking, I'm just gonna go with what I'm feeling tonight, which is the Maidens, then The Silent Patient. They're just neck and neck, honestly. I really love them. And then The Passengers. So this vlog was so fun to do. I just had a blast reading some more of Gabby Reads' favorite books, and honestly, this was just such a fun time. So I hope that you will hit subscribe if you want more videos like this, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.